What's up, guys? Boy Benny. We never liked Justin Trudeau on this channel. We always saw him as a Barack Obama light, beta cuck, limp-wristed, feminine, feline, fanboy, soy boy who was somehow running a country and running it directly into the ground. And then we saw the trucker protests and him try and lock up people who were just protesting for their right to work, free speech, and assembly. We said, this guy's a Marxist, this guy's a dirty scumbag. And we actually must actively promote his defeat and wantonly push for the destruction of his evil regime in our neighbors to the north, because, well, it's really important what happens in this hemisphere, and we don't want a bunch of dirty communists in charge of everything. He locked up the bank accounts of people who didn't agree with him just for free speech. He shut down the businesses of people who didn't agree with him. Justin Trudeau is a piece of human garbage. And so it made us very, very happy when we saw polls like this. Things haven't been going great for Justin Trudeau. And this makes us very, very glad, and it should make you glad too. New poll predicts that Trudeau will drop to third place if an election was called today, and that the Conservatives would win hundreds of seats. This, of course, coming on the heels of Justin Trudeau being chanted at by his fellow countrymen like this. This was at a UFC event in Canada. Oh, boy. Also at an event in Canada, Tucker Carlson making this joke about Justin Trudeau.
Go to Canadian Tire for an hour. Justin, can you watch my kids? I don't think you're going to do that. Once you hand him your country, it's totally cool. Don't worry. He's a good steward. But he will collapse under the weight of his own ludicrousness and go back to Cuba or do whatever he does. But... What? You know, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just too great to check. Though if I ever meet him, I'm going to demand a 23andMe, like, right away.
It's not just Tucker.
Yeah. He's turned very liberal. Actually.
Donald Trump.
They say he's the son of Fidel Castro. And could be. I mean, anything's possible in this world, you know?
Anything's possible in this world. So this would explain the Marxism, right? That runs very deep into his veins. You know what I'm saying? Justin Trudeau's mom ran very deep in the Cuban Marxist circles, and his swinger parents would regularly vacation in Havana, and, you know, and wink, wink, nod, nod. Speaking of deep in the veins, ladies and gentlemen, must hurt, must sting so very badly when Justin Trudeau takes the stage at a far left-wing event called the Indigenous Games in Canada. These are the people that should be cheering Justin Trudeau, yet it sounds like this.
Hello, my friends. We have been waiting for this moment.
And when somebody who knew Justin Trudeau's mom really well, if you read the tabloids, Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones, doing a concert in Canada, it's just like a rock concert, right? It's a rock concert, not really political. Mick Jagger mentions the name Trudeau, and then this happens.
You're Mr. Trudeau. I mean, his family's always been such big fans of our band.
Look at the face. I love it. I love this. This might be one of my favorite videos of all time. Look at the face. This is the face when the bubble pops, right? And when people have a realization that they're not living in reality, that Justin Trudeau isn't actually the prime minister, that he isn't actually liked by anyone in Canada, not even his own consensus ruling party. And that is the glorious news that we have to bring to you right now. Breaking right this very second, ladies and gentlemen. The deal is done. Massive political shakeup in Canada as the progressive NDP party pulls out a pact with Trudeau. To understand, I'm no parliamentary expert. Okay, I'm not a parliamentarian. I am not, again, the world's foremost understander of how the parliamentary system works. However, I do know this, that generally what happens in the parliamentary system is there are a lot of different parties, and they form coalition governments together, and they govern. The majority governs then. And as you can see here, sort of in the polling, you know, there are a couple parties in Canada. You would never see polling like this in America, you know, is to be two parties, right? And then everyone else, maybe 1% for, you know, fringe parties like that. That's what made RFK actually, and his endorsement of Trump so incredible, because RFK was actually polling quite well in America. So what happens here is that there is a coalition government. Justin Trudeau was only able to keep his job because of a very fragile coalition government. And now the dude in charge of that, Yamit Singh, has just taken it out back and brought it the way of old Yeller. Okay, here we go. What's turned into a massive political shakeup in Canada, Yamit Singh, leader of the Progressive National Democratic Party, is pulling the plug on his party support deal with Justin Trudeau and their Liberal government. Singh is set to announce a breakup on video, going live on social media this afternoon. So we'll send shockwaves. This is the video and the post. The deal is done. Liberals are too weak, too selfish, and beholden to corporate interests. Big corporations and CEOs have had their governments. It's the people's time. Got it. Okay. So it's like this Obama-esque, you know, pablum nonsense. This guy will probably get even less votes than Justin Trudeau, you know, and doesn't stand any chance of like actually winning. But it's great to see this blow up. What it will lead to now is a guaranteed election, and an election very, very soon. Parliamentary elections can be called, and it can be called very, very quickly, and set the dates very quickly. You saw this actually in France with the snap election that was called after the EU referendums. So here we go. Justin Trudeau has proven once again, blah, blah, blah. The decision set the stage for an even bigger battle, gearing up to fight the Conservatives. Okay, got it. Got to have a boogeyman. Conservatives are set to win hundreds of seats again. So Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre recently called for Singh to ditch the deal, pushing the NDP to stop backing Trudeau's Liberal, and Singh doing just that. And now saying that the plan has been in the works for weeks. The gloves are off, and with the next federal election not scheduled until October 2025, there's a lot of time for punches to be thrown, but they could reschedule that election. So it's really exciting, and now Trudeau can't do anything because of this dude.
Hey, I notified the Prime Minister that I've ripped up the supply and confidence agreement. Canadians are fighting a battle for the future of the middle class. Justin Trudeau has proven again and again he will always cave to corporate greed. The Liberals have let people down. They don't deserve another chance.
So this is, I mean, I'm not going to play you the guy's campaign ad because I don't agree with what most of this guy is going to say. You know, he's going to go into, you know, effectively to give like sort of a Kamala Harris style, like, we the people can do everything. And it's like, okay, you know, how about this? Like, make affordable housing, put people in charge of your government that aren't for open borders, and keep the nation safe, and stop taking a beautiful first world country and turning it into a third world country. How about that? It's built at the negotiating tables on workers' terms, not through binding arbitration that favors CEO and tramples workers' rights. Okay, so you see this. So he's like subtweeting Trudeau now. And he's now going after Pierre Poilievre, who is the leader of the calling him Sellout Singh. This is good. This is great. This is how Trump has changed politics. 2 years ago, Sellout Singh sold out workers and signed on to the costly coalition with Justin Trudeau that hiked taxes, ballooned costs of food, doubled housing costs, and unleashed crime and chaos in our once safe streets. In today's media stunts, Sellout Singh refuses to state whether the NDP will vote with a no confidence to cause a carbon tax election at the first chance. Sellout Singh has voted to quadruple the carbon tax. Sellout Singh did all this after promising he would be an opposing voice. Okay, good. Very nice. Pierre Poilievre, man, I love everything I see from this guy. Canada's NDP pulls out of deal, propping up Trudeau government. The NDP is terminating the deal. Justin Trudeau's Liberals don't have enough seats for a majority in their own on their own. They signed an agreement with the NDP to get stuff done, which is now terminated. So what does this mean? That the government might collapse. They might have to call an election. Been a very, very bad bit of weeks for Trudeau. Justin Trudeau tops the list of Canada's worst prime minister, says new poll. This was out 1 day ago. Yeah, Justin Trudeau might be the worst prime minister in Canadian history. Is seen in Canada as the worst prime minister in American history. Wild. So we're like, he's having defections from his party. Trudeau's getting absolutely roasted by his own people in the streets. We'll play you this video in just a second. It's really great. And American media is covering this, saying effectively that the Canadian government now has no coalition consensus, so it cannot continue to govern. This is what Trudeau is trying to stave off. Blue in Canada means conservative, so it's a swap. The blue here would be conservative, new conservative seats in Parliament if the election were held today. This is what they were desperately trying to stave off. This is what they are like ravenously trying to stop an election. The party of democracy, reminder of that, desperately trying to stop an election. Again, election can be called at any time. And call an election at any time. Unlike America, an election can be called at any time. Conservatives lead over liberals, hold steady as summer progresses. Maybe, we're not exactly sure, but maybe this guy is a little pissed off that maybe you, sir, should not have entered into a agreement with this person. Did you ever ask Justin Trudeau about this? Did you ever ask him about like why he painted his hand black? Huh? And wrapped it around this lady's neck? Huh? Sellout Singh? Again, not an endorsement of this guy. Just the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? Yeah. Justin Trudeau is everyone's enemy. Steelworker absolutely roasted him to his face this week. It was really funny. Here's the video.
We got donuts over here if you want to thank you for your hard work.
I can bring some for my kids here.
Okay. The 25% tariffs we just brought in on Chinese steel is going to help you out.
That's going to keep my job, yeah. What about the 40% taxes I'm paying? And I don't have a doctor?
The $400 million that we invested in the card means you're going to have a job for
I think you're only here for another year. We won't see you around probably another year.
No, that's what elections are for.
That's right, that's right.
And I look forward to everyone exercising the right to vote.
Yep.
Basic choice. We're going to invest in you and your job.
I don't believe you for a second.
Dental care? Do you know anyone who got dental care?
Yeah, I pay for it myself.
Okay.
We're like 3 years behind.
You have a job and coverage?
Yeah,
but we
four
got
people
seniors.
in my family.
We've got
every time we go for a dental visit, it's costing me about $50 in my pocket per person.
Okay.
Why? I have a good job. You're not really doing anything for us, Justin.
Well, actually, we just invested so 500,000 people who haven't been to the dentist got to go to the dentist over the past few months.
Probably like my neighbor that doesn't go to work because she's lazy.
Well,
she just doesn't go to work. She lives the same life I do.
Most Canadians try to stick up for each other, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
Yeah.
Good luck and take care of your family, sir.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right.
Have a nice day.
Have a good day, sir. Good night. All right, the other guys got the donuts. Excellent.